Good afternoon. Well, part 2 of my video dealing with Robert Baker's lies, dealing with the Confederacy. And Robert Baker's trying to do what Antifa's trying to do. Rewrite history, people. I just got a comment from somebody, oh, why are you bothering Robert Baker? He didn't go to Robert Baker and ask him why he's bringing this up. No, he won't go to them. He'll go to me. Robert Baker's trying to rewrite history for you. Now, remember I told you about, he tells about the, the blacks would owe the Jews money because of Egypt. Here's what he's talking about. Here's from Hoffman, Common Reference Bible. Page 108, Exodus 11. This loan was used to, in dealing with verse 11:2 and 3. I guess it's on 11:2. Okay, and so that's where the speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow from of his neighbor, and every woman of his neighbor jewels of silver and jewels of gold. Now, by the way, this is why people, critics of King James Bible, think this is wrong, because they're too stupid to compare verses. This verse is attacked by enemies of the King James Bible. They say, borrow. What do you mean borrow? Yeah, they borrowed it because they got it back. But one of the verses they use against the King James Bible is this verse, people. But Hoffman's got a good footnote here. This loan was used to provide the money for the tabernacle, and it paid for the slave labor of the Jews. It was paid back in time because the Jews eventually served the Egyptians again. Deuteronomy 28:68, Jeremiah 44:26, and Egypt received the revenue again. 2 Chronicles 12:9, Hosea 12:1. So there you go. There's Hoffman showing exactly. The Egyptians came. It was considered borrowed, and all the critics of King James, it can't be borrowed. They got that wrong. Got that wrong. I'll have to look at the modern versions and see what they say on modern. Let's see what the Welker Standard says on that. Real quick. Exodus 11:2. Speak now to hearing of the people, that each man ask from his neighbor and each woman from his neighbor for articles of silver and articles of gold. Let's see the word borrow. Ask. Let's see. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Furthermore, the man Moses himself was greatly esteemed in the land of Egypt, both in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people. So. Let's see, go back and look at it again. Exodus 11:2. Speak now to these of the people, and let every man borrow. See, they changed the word on you. You see the accuracy of the King James Bible, people? Do you see the accuracy of it? The King James translators knew the word borrow because they understood the other verses popping up. Here's the New Melchizedek Standard. Cut the Hebrew. And they leave the word borrow out. Because they couldn't figure out, and again, you go to these critics and they say, they didn't borrow it. Where do you get the word borrow from? Speak now in the hearing of the people, that each man ask from his neighbor. So the word there should be not ask, should be borrow. So they changed the word ask, the word borrow to ask. So that's what you get. But that's one of the criticisms. They go, they didn't borrow it. They borrowed it because they gave it in and gave it back. But of course, Baker doesn't understand that. He doesn't grasp that. That was the reparations for 400 years of slavery. So the blacks don't owe the Jews anything. They paid that. They got the reparation for that generation. That generation got it for 400 years. They paid up. That generation of the Jews paid up. Now, regarding the Civil War, what Lincoln said, Let's see here. Let me go here first to secession. Remember, Blake is telling you secession. The officer corps was taught this. Secession was legal. He lied to his teeth. But you don't care. I got a guy saying, "No, man, he lies." Here's the memoirs of Robert E. Lee. He's talking, writing a letter to his son. Page 88. The South, in my opinion, has been aggrieved by the acts of the North, as you say. I fear the aggression and am willing to take every proper step for redress. It is the principle I contend for, not individual or private benefit. As an American citizen, I take great pride in my country, our prosperity and institutions, and would defend any state if her rights were invaded. But I can anticipate no greater calamity for the country than the dissolution of the Union. It would be an accumulation of all the evils we complain of, and I am willing to sacrifice everything but honor for its preservation. I hope, therefore, that all constitutional means will be exhausted before there is a resort to force. That's what you have to do before you resort to force. All constitutional means. Just walking out. They wouldn't allow Lincoln's name on the ballot in the South. And you saw Democrats trying that with Trump. Didn't we see that recently? Where Democrats are trying to keep Trump off the ballot because he wouldn't give his tax returns? Same tactics, people. Secession is nothing but revolution. That's probably Lee saying that, people. The officer corps wasn't taught that secession was legal. Secession is revolution. And revolution is only as last resort when there's no other, only other means to redress the grievances. That's from Declaration of Independence and Thomas Jefferson, which comes from the Bible. The framers of our Constitution never exhausted so much labor, wisdom, and forbearance in its formation and surrounded with so many guards and securities if it was intended to be broken by every member of the Confederacy at will. Now, he called it Confederacy because the Articles of Confederation. But that's the point. He's making the point, if you can secede, you can break it for any reason. That's why the Articles of Confederation was replaced by a union. The union, the people formed the union. And therefore couldn't be broken. And certainly, unless you call it a revolution, and there's no other constitutional means to redress your grievances, and there were other means. But that's the idea is that, well, the ultimate grievance was slavery was not going to be allowed to expand in the South. So, well, Blake is lying to you right to his teeth while he's smiling at you and telling you don't know history. He's telling you, you don't know history, like I know history. It is intended for perpetual union. Yeah, the union is supposed not to be broken. It placed the Articles of Confederation because they saw the problems, the weakness of the central government. It's too weak to hold together everybody in a union. So expresses preamble and for establishment of government, not a compact, which can only be dissolved by revolution or the consent of the people in convention assembled. It is idle to talk of secession. It is idle to talk of secession because it doesn't exist. That's Robert E. Lee speaking there, people. This guy's going to teach you history. This guy's going to teach you the Bible. Anarchy would have been established and not a government by Washington, Hamilton, Jefferson, Madison, and all the other patriots of the Revolution. Still, a union that can only be maintained by swords and bayonets in which strife and civil war are to take the place of brotherly love and kindness has no charm for me. No, it shouldn't. But illegal activity has to be put down. We've got the events going on in Portland. Federal buildings have to be protected. So let me look at here Lincoln's greatest speech, the second inaugural. And part of his inaugural, he wrote, Fondly we he called it, by the way, American slavery, not Southern slavery, because slavery pre-existed the formation of America. That was one of the things that Jefferson put in, the grievances against the king. History, people. It's your history. You're American. Your history. Finally do we hope, fervently do we pray, that this mighty scourge of war might be speedily passed away. Yet if God wills that it continue until all the wealth piled by the bondman's 250 years of unrequited toil be sunk, and until every drop of blood drawn with the lash shall be paid by another drawn with the sword, as was said 3,000 years ago, and still must be said, the judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. That's with reparations. He said, okay, we have to order in, but 4 years of what the war cost and the blood and toil for the 250 years of slavery that exists in this country. God was judging us for it. Now this guy Breaker, he told you slavery, now he's saying slavery is bad. I don't know slavery, you don't know slavery. That video he put up, a 2-hour video with the other guy who was talking, the poor guy was there, he didn't know what was going on. He was defending slavery as a positive good. Remember that. When we try to bring the Greek in. The guy is a con artist. So this is just a little slide, some facts, not opinions. Ed gives his opinions, I give the scriptures. It's got it, man. I read history. He's finding the history he wants to find. He just told you the officer corps. He's Robert E. Lee saying, no, secession. The Constitution was then formed to allow secession. The southern states wouldn't have allowed secession. You can't survive with secession by just coming and going where they want to go. For every transient reason, every weak thing. We can't allow secession of Oregon. Oregon says we're going to secede. Okay. Like to let them go. Just go, man. Can't. So I'm going to stop with this up. I got another video uploading. We'll deal with this. And people don't want to listen to history. Don't watch the videos. Don't complain about them. Don't come to me whining. I don't want to hear it. It's not Bible. I don't care. You know, preach the gospel. What are you picking on Robert Breaker? He thinks he can get up there and lie with impunity. And smile when he's doing it. He thinks nobody can challenge him. That's what all these liars think. But they're going to be challenged. And you people who don't care about the lie, don't get upset at the lie of Antifa when your own ministers are lying to you. Why do you get upset with the lies of Antifa and Black Lives Matter if your own ministers are lying to you to your face and you don't care? They get up there and lie Antifa and Black Lives Matter and lie about this and lie about that. The communists lie about everything. They tear this down, Remember the big thing in the 1950s was blacklisting. They make all these heroes of these communists in Hollywood. Oh, they're all blacklisted. Oh, if they couldn't get jobs. So now it's okay, though. If you're against them, they can cancel your job. They can fire you. But back in the 50s, if you go to Turner Classic guy, and they get one of the guys up there, he's when he announces he's a big progressive guy. And he gets up and he's always talking about these directors. Oh, he had a hideout, and this guy, he refused to give names about the communist witch hunt. The communists were taking over Hollywood. When communists take over, they don't allow alternative views. They were using force. That's what the House of American Activities were trying to weed out. The communists. Oh, they were so noble. They were blacklisted. They weren't allowed to work. That's their big hair shirt they wear around. Talk about the fit. But now they have no qualms about firing anybody who's against them. They have no qualms about firing people. So I'm going to stop here. There's another video coming up. I'll try to get the third video up and break this down. You want to listen? Don't listen. Don't complain. Don't say, hey, why don't you do this? Hey, why don't you do that? Leave Breaker alone. Preach the gospel. Teach Bible subject. This is a Bible subject about truth. Bet you didn't know anything about Exodus 11:2. The modern versions change borrow to ask. But you don't know that. Because they didn't know what the companion verses were. How accurate the King James Bible was. They borrowed the money because eventually the Egyptians got it back. God took it back from the Jews because they abused their... They're abusing the privileges that God had given them. Violating. God says, "Oh, come take your money back and give it back to the Egyptians." So he allowed the Egyptians to strip the Jews. But the modern versions are so stupid. They think the translators of the King James Bible was as stupid as they were. Oh, they still as stupid as they were. They weren't. They knew it was borrowed. But that be one of the attacks. Oh, the King James Bible got that wrong. They didn't borrow the money. Where did they get that idea they borrowed the money from? They didn't borrow that. Yeah, they did. So I'll put this up, do more, but don't complain. Just thumb me down and just move on. Just thumb me down. Do me a favor. You guys, unless you've gone to Breaker, you talk to him. Amen. Thank you.